With the base about to face 6 months of polar night and dwindling supplies, only 10 people could stay behind to keep operations running. 6 months later, John returned with his team as planned, but the snow by the entrance hadn't been cleared and the entire base was eerily silent. A terrible feeling crept over John as he quickly gathered everyone to clear the snow and force open the door. Inside, signs of struggle and bloodstains were everywhere. Bullet holes embedded deep in the walls were a horrifying sight. In the commander's room, a frozen corpse lay there with obvious stab wounds to the neck. The radio crackled with a message telling John to head to the garage. One snowmobile had been burned, another was missing, and there was another body nearby. The doctor determined it was a woman. This was the worst possible news for John because his wife Annika was among those 10 people. Suddenly, sounds came from a cabinet. When they opened it, they found Dr. Maggie, a female doctor trembling with terror. She was the sole survivor of this massacre. They found 7 bodies total in the base, with 2 people still missing. The police said they couldn't arrive for 48 hours, and until then, they had to preserve the crime scene. John desperately needed to know what happened and whether his wife was still alive. Maggie began recalling the nightmare. It all started with a fight between 2 men. The fat guy had lost track of time, while the radio operator kept reminding him of the time, which drove him crazy. Just as the radio operator was asking base command for game scores, he discovered they'd lost satellite signal. He had to go check the signal station, and the fat guy saw him leave. When dinner time came, the radio operator had vanished. The commander organized everyone to split up and search. When someone reached the signal station area, they found blood on the ground. Following the trail, they discovered a man kneeling in the snow. The doctor's examination revealed the body had no bleeding. The fatal injury was blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Anyone could have inflicted this kind of wound, making everyone a suspect. The fat guy started getting paranoid about the others, suspecting the cook, but they fired back, accusing him of pointing fingers since he'd just had a conflict with the radio operator. The commander refused to believe there was a killer among the team and thought it was an outside intruder, telling everyone to search for traces of the intruder. When Maggie walked to the signal station alone, she found the fat guy burying something. After he left, Maggie dug up what he'd buried and was shocked to discover it was the murder weapon. Of the 9 people, only the fat guy hadn't come over. All evidence pointed to him as the killer. Everyone rushed back to the base only to find the door locked from inside. The fat guy, drunk, insisted he hadn't killed anyone and just needed to cool down. But he didn't realize the people stuck outside were getting much colder. To get into the base, the youngest guy, a black man, stripped off his heavy down jacket and in the -40-degree cold, crawled through the ventilation shaft. He got behind the fat guy and choked him into submission. Everyone thought they'd caught the killer and tied him up, locking him in the laundry room to wait for police. The next day, Achu went to check on the fat guy but found his throat had been slashed. He was dead. Maggie rushed to the scene but just stood there in shock because the real killer was still among them, and now they were even more unhinged.